Well, I'm awfully proud of our guys. We've had, we had an emotional game up in Nebraska where we didn't start real well, and then we came back, and it's hard to continue that week to week, and our guys have done a great job of that, of having a really good Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the mental preparation to come out here today. I thought our defense did a great job of keeping them out of the end zone. It's one thing we did the week before. If you play good in the score zone or the red zone and you make them kick field goals or at least attempt, or you get turnovers down there, you're going to be good on defense. And we did that when we needed to. And offensively, we hit some big plays. We ran the ball when we needed late in the game, which was a good sign, because at other times in the game, it's a matter of scoring points. It's not a matter of what yards you get. It's a matter of scoring points. However you need to move the ball, you move the ball that way. And then, but at the end of the game, you've got to be able to run the football. And I was proud of our guys. I thought they played awfully hard. We've got a good football team. I was pleased with the crowd. We had a great crowd there tonight. The student section came out in full force. And, I've asked for 3 years to get the first conference game at home, and we finally took advantage of it tonight. And so I'm fired up, and I'm fired up. We got a short week this week, so we'll enjoy this and then get back after it tomorrow. Well, he's healthy. He got hurt in the first game, missed Austin Peay, really didn't practice all week, played against Texas State. Then he was still hobbled before the Nebraska game. This was really the first week that he's been back to practice. And he's not perfect. There's still certain things that he can do better, but the little nuances of practicing, really probably more just in terms of your route running and in terms of your blocking on the perimeter, is so critical. You might know what to do, but if you haven't really kept your razor sharp, you're not nearly the same player as when you get a chance to practice. So I'm fired up for Mike, and we're better when he's healthy.
When you draw up a game, going into a game, is this about as close to a script that you might draw up?
No, I wouldn't have wanted him to move the ball down the field, open the game up, and move it down the field and miss a field goal, and then we had him pinned at the one and they got it out. I mean, it never goes exactly to your script. Rarely does it go to where, because they're pretty good on offense. They're going to move the ball. So it never really goes to script. You're never going to play perfect, but if you'll play hard and play for each other, you give yourself a chance. And if you'll play the next play and play for 6 seconds, you give yourself a chance. Our guys have done that. We've got really good leadership. We've got talented guys. We're banged up as we've been, but we just have more players. We just have more guys, and we're doing it better in everything we're doing.
Coach, your 2-5 defense gave up 286 yards on when you only have 14 points scored before. Are you good with that?
Yeah. If you give 14 points, you're going to win. But yards don't matter. Yards are insignificant. What's important is the 5 areas we always talk about, and that was keeping them out of the end zone when we needed to. One of the drives, they ended up getting it back. We just, we went 3 and out to start the second half, then had a 1-play drive, then went 3 and out again. That was hard. I mean, I think we went 7 plays and they had 3 drives. That's hard on your defense to put them back out there after some emotional stops. And they've got good players. I mean, I thought we covered fairly well. Yeah, they had some big plays, but, we played a fair amount of man, and I thought we covered pretty well.
Defensive line really seemed to dominate 5 sacks. What can you really contribute to that?
Well, we got them in third downs and we blitzed. That's what the biggest thing. The early sacks were critical. When they were moving the ball, we got them into third downs and we got after them. That really, if you look back to how the game started, they moved the ball the first 3 times they had it, but we were able to get sacks and get off the field. And so that was really important. Third downs, getting off the field. I don't know, what does it say on there? What were we on third downs? What were we defensively? What were they?
They were 5 of 17.
5 of 17. That's a pretty good day. And then holding them out of the end zone, and so that's pretty good.
On the flip side, holding them out of the end zone to get into the end zone 7 times and not have to rely on the special teams so much. I mean, can you talk about your thoughts about that?
What was that?
I guess to score 7 times all with touchdowns, not having to rely.
Oh, yeah. No, you mean trying to kick a field goal? Yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up. No, it's a lot more fun when you can score touchdowns and not have to try a field goal. And we're only going to get better at that. Parker's, getting healthy by the day. And there's no question. It's about scoring touchdowns. It's about getting it in the end zone. And we've done that. I mean, we've done a pretty good job of that. And that's a credit to our coaches and our players.
Nick seemed like space left. You get Martin down the sideline and comes back with a pretty toss. Thomas that in the end zone.
Mhm.
Did you see Nick really making some throws as well as
He does it every day. He's only getting better. Like I said last week, and Nick understands that. It's week to week. You can't carry over touchdowns, can't carry over yards. If you're really good, you find a way to do it every week. That's what the really good players do. And that's what he does. He comes out to practice every day. He's accurate. He's mentally tough. Leads our team. He knows exactly what we want to do. That's what he does. And when you get the guys to play well around him, he's gotten older, and the guys are playing well around him. That's really what, when you look at what's happened here, it's just our guys have gotten older. He's gotten older, our guys have gotten older, and we're just doing it better with guys around him. So that's what the biggest thing is.
I know you said coming in, this is banged up as y'all have
Mhm.
been, but the guys that filled in, I mean, I know you'll go back and look at film, but you have to get.
Sure. We just have more depth. We have more guys. And when where we've lost guys, we've got a little bit of depth. You know, some places we're probably a little thin now. But we're hopeful to get guys back, and hopefully it's a short week this week, but I'm hopeful to get some of those other guys back and see what the injury report is tomorrow.
In a game where you jump out to an early lead and keep your foot on the gas, what are you most proud of about this win?
I don't know. I don't know if there's one particular thing. I just think our guys have done a nice job of playing the next play. I think that's probably it. One thing that stands out is, you know, Cornell Armstrong making just a foolish penalty in the end zone. They're going to have a fourth down play, but he plays the next play and he comes back and makes an interception and stops him. That's what you want your team to be about. You want guys to move on. If he sat there and sulked and was upset and that guy pushed me first and all that garbage, then you don't make the next play. It doesn't matter. It's over. Go to the next play. And I think our team has done a very good job of that. The next series, the next play, the 6 seconds.
I think at one point in the first half, North Texas average starting field position was inside their 10. Talk about how important that was.
I thought Tyler did a great job punting it. You know, we put him on the 1. We had a chance to hold him down there. We didn't. Then the next one, I wasn't so sure. You know, I think it was on the 36. I was trying to decide, God, it was 4th and 10. I'm trying to decide, do I go for it? We're not going to kick a field goal. Okay? So we're not going to do that. All right? So had we gotten anything, I was going to go for it. But it worked out. We got it down to the 4. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to win. You know, I don't think we turned it over. Did we turn it over today? I mean, we've got 5 games, got 5 turnovers. You want to win? You want to be good? That's been 2 years we've turned it over. We haven't turned it over. So, you know, those are the biggest things. Play field position. You know, make them execute. Make them go the distance. And I thought our guys did that. And we're a confident group because we've prepared for 6 months. We're more talented and we're more prepared than we've ever been. So that leads to a lot of good things on the field.
Do you have any positives you can take away from Tyler Matthews as a good player in the fourth quarter?
Tyler's a good player. I mean, I wish we could play Tyler more. But it's the way it is. And, again, I think he's a good player. I think he's a good athlete. I think he throws it well. I don't think there's anything wrong. If we had to play Tyler Matthews, we wouldn't skip a beat. And but Nick's our starter.
On their first possession, and they were moving the ball early, and then, you know, the defense came around. What did you do? Any adjustments or what happened?
Nothing. I mean, we didn't do anything really different. You know, it's you know, they've gotten some of the running backs back. Those couple of those guys are pretty good players, pretty quick. Early in the year, they didn't have those guys. And that number 9, Carlos Harris, I don't know what he ended up with tonight, but he had 15 catches for like 200 yards against us last year. I don't know what he had tonight. He probably had a pretty good game because he caught a few deep balls, but it wasn't till later. He didn't really affect the game till later, till it was already, you know, where we were winning. So, you know, again, they move the football. They've moved it on everybody. It's just finding a way to be consistent. We've been there where you move it and you get past the 50-yard line, and you're sitting there, then you go, God, we passed the 50-yard line 6 or 7 times, and we ended up with 13 points. I've been there. And they're close on offense. They're close, you know, because you can see it. You can see the things that they're doing. And so that's why I thought our defense had to understand. They're going to make some plays. They have against everybody in their first 3 games. They just haven't been able to finish it. And we kind of kept that script going of them, you know, turning it over or not converting on 4th downs and not getting the points that, as we were talking about, that kind of matched their yardage.
This probably goes without saying, how important is it, though, to get off to a 1-0 start in conference play?
No, it's critical. You know, I mean, you only get so many home games. You only get so many opportunities here. You know, this place has got to be special for our team. It has to be. It has to be special for our team, in front of our fans, in front of our friends, our families. you know, the history here, the great players that have played here, that have really built this place. You know, it's got to be a place that's special, that we understand we only get so many opportunities to play here. And so I think our guys understand that.
What's,
You said you blitzed some on third down. Who were you sending?
Oh, I don't have any idea. Sending a lot of guys that couldn't block. I don't remember. But I mean, I thought we came from a lot of different angles. I know we brought our linebackers a bunch. I know we brought some of the outside backers, and I thought we were more aggressive. And it's a little bit easier to be more aggressive. You know, the quarterback they have is a good player. He's a pretty good runner, but he's not like some of the other guys we played. So, you know, when you get a guy that's a pocket guy, it's a little bit easier to bring some pressure. You're not as afraid if they break out of there. That's just the way it is. You can be a little bit more aggressive.
with Nick starting his first game 2 years ago here against North Texas, is it a game like this where you can kind of see his growth and maturation come full circle?
Oh, I didn't even realize that was his first game he started. But I did go back and watch that game. God almighty. Anytime you want to feel sorry for yourself, just go back and watch a little bit of 2013. It'll make you feel damn good about where we're at now, I promise you. I went back and watched that crap, and you're like, God, balls bouncing off our face masks and turning it over. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's so much more fun.